Welcome. This is the Tactical Board. We're back. Premier League is back. Big games are back. Not London Derby over this weekend. Tottenham taking on Arsenal at the Emirates. Tottenham have always gone there and they've not really done well. I think they've only won there twice in the Premier League. And this is how the two teams will set up. The way I think Arsenal will play with a 4-2-3-1 or maybe 4-3-3 in midfield in that formation. And Tottenham will go with the five at the back when they're defending. I mean, this is the formation they'll be in when they're attacking. And that's what the formation would be like. I think the game will kick off as usual. I've got a feeling Arsenal will start like an house on fire, to be honest. They have the team top of the table, their confidence, and they're gonna want to fly out from the traps really quickly. Tottenham have not been playing well. The first half they have to do it this time, or else it might be, the game might be over before they even get out of gear one. To be honest, so Tottenham have to come out defend really well. I got a feeling they'll just set up this way, they'll set up in that way, with five at the back, and Kulu and Sonny will tuck in, and they will be in this formation. They can be in this position as well, and they will just basically just shuffle across. Arsenal, we get Martinelli up the line, we get Saka wide, Jesus will be in the middle there trying to pull this defensive back line all over the place. Partey, I don't know, I think Partey will sit. The fullbacks will get forward. I don't know who's going to play fullback from them. It might be, what's his name? He's injured now. I can't remember his name now. The left back for Arsenal, what's his name? He's Scottish, but anybody that reminds me, he's going to be playing there. He's injured, but I don't know who they're going to play there. Vieira will come. I think he'll be the one dictating the pace, trying to get on the ball. Xhaka and Partey will probably sit, or Xhaka might sit. Partey will sit. If Partey is playing, Xhaka might go in this area or to make sure they want to leave these two in an area like this, not to be for counter-attacking football. But I think this guy will be the guy with the ball, and Tottenham will sit in this formation. He's going to try and switch the play. They're going to try and move the ball really quickly. Arsenal, they're going to dominate possession, I think, in the early part of the game. I got a feeling Tottenham will want to sit in and just keep their shape. Especially around this side. Arsenal will look to put that ball in here. No, that's not good. Arsenal will look to put the ball into these areas. Arsenal will look to put the ball into, yeah, that's the one I want to remove. Arsenal will look to put the ball into these areas wide. Tottenham will tuck in. Arsenal will look to go wide and use Martinelli's pace against Vieira, against Emerson. It's going to be very interesting to watch how Emerson cope against his fellow Brazilian. But Arsenal will just push everybody into Tottenham's half. They'll get on the ball, switch the ball really quickly. Partey will sit. The fullbacks will be high. They'll push up really high into these kind of positions to squeeze Tottenham, basically to squeeze Tottenham up the pitch. Saka will be coming in from the flanks, trying to go into these areas to cause a lot of problems for Tottenham. Martinelli as well will be coming into these areas as well, trying to go into these areas to cause a lot of problems for Tottenham. But this guy will be the guy who's going to be on the ball, spreading the passes, going wide there, putting the passes there, looking for switching plays, and they'll be trying to set traps for Tottenham and make Tottenham move across and then switch the play all around the park. This is how they're gonna start the game off. It's gonna be a case of Tottenham have to be really, really solid in the first 10 to 15 minutes to not concede that goal. And I think it's gonna be tough in that first 15 minutes. The crowd will be baying for blood as normal. Tottenham can sit. They'll try and switch the play when they like, as often as they like. Vieira is going to be the one dictating the pace. I think if he can get the passing into these areas to cause problems for Arsenal, they used to be running, making ones wide. At times, Tottenham will find that there's nobody. The centre backs will find that they're not marking anybody because Jesus will be running into these channels on this side, or running into these channels just to create, just to pull Tottenham defenders all over the place, and he's going to be running from a central position, running wide, trying to create spaces for Xhaka coming into this area, or trying to create spaces for Vieira coming into this area. So they're just trying to pull Tottenham defenders all over the place, create spaces, draw the centre backs wide, and then create spaces in the middle for Vieira to put those ball in, or for Martinelli to come into this space. Also, for Xhaka to come into this place, into these positions when Jesus goes, pulls them wide. So there's gonna be a lot of movements from the Arsenal forward line, trying to pull Tottenham all over the place. They're gonna score. It's gonna come from a cross from the right, and there's gonna be a tap in across from this side, a tap in. Tottenham have to track their runners. I remember last season that's how they scored one of their goals. I think Saka was the one that got tapping, and I think what's his name as well? Obama no, I think it was Obama or somebody got the third goal as well. It was just terrible for Tottenham on the day. Tottenham were trying to go long, and I think that's the way Arsenal will play. Vieira, if he's playing, will set the tone. Odegaard, I think, is injured, but I think Vieira will set the tone. Partey will just stay in this position to mop up. These two will be up really high, trying to squeeze Tottenham in. I won't be surprised if sometimes you find them, you find them in these positions as well, trying to squeeze Tottenham in into what do you call it, into that into their own half. So any loose balls coming into these areas will be mopped up by these three players, and they will hope to build their account. Just contain Tottenham in there, keep on putting pressure, going wide into these areas, pulling centre backs all over the place, and trying to get positions in these areas, into this middle area. And Tottenham just have to be very, very careful to make sure they keep their shape. There's no space in between. The gap between the centre backs and the midfielders is not wide enough for these players to come in here, and for Martinelli to come in here. That's what Tottenham need to do. And another part of Tottenham, that's what Tottenham will set up. I think Tottenham will give up possession, a lot of possession as well. I think the way Conte will set them up, it's all about the result at the end of the day. Arsenal will just keep coming in waves, and if Tottenham can keep Arsenal, keep their, keep it goalless for long periods, then you can see what will happen eventually. Because from these positions here, this is what football, especially when you're dominating possession. For me, it's not about domination of possession; it's what you do with it. And sometimes teams will give you that opportunity to get you, get you having a lot of possession just to, to hit you on a counter and transition. So in this kind of position, we've seen this before. Tottenham can break this one of these passes into this midfield, into Jesus or into Martinelli. They can break it down. Romero can break it down, and Boss finds Kulu in that position. And all of a sudden, alarm bells for Arsenal. Sonny is definitely running. He's running there. Harry Kane might drop into this area to attract Xhaka or attract Partey into this area, and you know what that situation will be like. You can see the space, because this is where Tottenham wants to get into these spaces. They want these spaces there. That's what they want. So they will try. Harry Kane will drop into this position when Tottenham are building up play from the left or from their centre backs, or in this kind of situation as well. When they can win the ball there, you can see, he's off. Kulu is off with the ball. He can drop that ball to Oibie, and he can just to attract Vieira or attract Gabriel. If Vieira was not in position, just attract his fullbacks to come, and then a space is there for Kulu to go. Sonny is off already. As soon as that ball finds Oibie, Kane will drop into that position, and it's a case of Oibie picking a pass into this position to find Kulu. They've done this against Arsenal, against City as well. I can see Arsenal scoring that kind of a goal on Saturday if they play their pass very well. The key to this situation for Tottenham, it has to be 2-3 passes, and then you're out of this Arsenal Arsenal contained zone. So if you can break that zone, break that line in there by Tottenham very quickly with the ball going there, or very quickly into Kane, and then Kane finding Son there, drawing over one of these centre backs, In terms of pace, I think Saliba will be able to cope well with the pace if he's running against Kane. But against Sonny, I'm not sure. And Gabriel against Kulu, I'm not sure as well. But this is what Tottenham want. Tottenham want this space in here, this all this grass behind them. That's what they want. Arsenal must have done their own work. They know that Tottenham will want those spaces in behind. But I think it's going to be difficult for Arsenal because they are at home. The only way they'll survive, they can prevent these spaces from happening is if they score, then forced, then they can just basically sit back as well and do what Tottenham are trying to do to them. So for Arsenal, it's a game of risk and rewards. But I know because the team at home, you're gonna go on the front foot and attack and press and try and win the game. And Arsenal will try and do that. We'll try and do that. That's for sure. But Tottenham have to defend really well in these areas. Defend really well. Balls coming into the box into these areas. They have to defend because that's where the ball will come. Xhaka could be dropping into the edge of the box as well. Tottenham have to be careful for him picking up stuff around this area. He has to be closed down quickly by Oibe or Bentancur because you don't want him shooting from there. He's got goals from there before. And also corners. Arsenal are good at corners as well. They're big, they're strong. Tottenham has to defend really well from that. I don't think Tottenham has considered any goal from corner apart from one against Southampton. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's all about, at the end of the day, it's all about application. It's all about how you want it. It's all about running, doing the right things at the right time and for being clinical in terms of Tottenham, they have to be clinical. I really want Tottenham to win this game, just to pull Arsenal, just to let them, just let them shut up a little bit. But yeah, the team in form, they're top of the table. They're gonna come out blazing. It's gonna be a cracking game. I'm going to go for 1-1 draw or maybe a 2-2 draw. But it depends on how Tottenham play. If we play really well in the first half, and just eat them on the counter, we can catch them cold because they're going to be buzzing. They're going to be coming forward, attacking wave after wave. And Tottenham have to play really well. Like I said, they can't start the game the way they've been starting games in the past couple of weeks. Not playing well in the first half. So they have to be really, really up for it. The place will be rocking. It's going to be a cracking game. Going by the past, results at Emirates, as Tottenham have not really done really well there. So, going by that, I won't be surprised if Arsenal win maybe 2-1. But it's a difficult Tottenham this time. Very difficult to beat. We've not lost any game yet, so I think that should give Tottenham a little bit of confidence going into this game. So that's going to be my prediction. I think it's going to be 1-1 or 2-2 draw or something. Hopefully no red cards and all that kind of rubbish. That kills the game off as well. And looking forward to it, looking forward to it. So this is the tactical board. Join me on Saturday for the game from 12:30 UK time. And we're going to be doing the watch along for that. And yeah, so yeah, that's it. So it should be a good game. Should be a good game. Definitely London Derby. Very, very good game. Really looking forward to it. And yeah, it should be good. Subscribe to the channel, follow, like, share, and I'll see you next time. This is the tactical board. This is Tottenham taking on Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. Promises to be a cracking game, to be honest. Promises to be a cracking game. Looking forward to it. Thank you. Take care. God bless. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Really, really want to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. Really appreciate if you can help out. Thank you very much. See you next time. And God bless.